Hello and welcome everyone to this week's weekly review, the Gold and Silver Club end of week commodities review for the 26th of September 2014, presented by myself, Phil Carr and Nick Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. So today we will of course be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We will be analysing the week's performance. The live session will cover a end of week summary for the commodities markets. We'll be reviewing the top trades of the week, live market commentary and technical analysis, the week ahead, so key events looking forward, and of course we'll be answering any questions on today's webinar too. Okay, so first off, we'll just have a look at the major fundamentals which have driven this week. So gold prices have rebounded as the global stock market sells off. A huge sell-off in global stock markets on Thursday, combined with geopolitical conflicts, boosted gold prices on Friday. Gold moved higher on Friday morning, building on the previous session's gains after heavy sell-off in global stock markets spurred demand for the precious metal. Broadly, negative sentiment has prevailed on global stock markets during this week, with the huge sell-off coming on Thursday. The Standard & Poor's 500 index booked a 1.62% loss. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dived 1.54%, and the Nasdaq Composite sank 1.94%. So Europe posted the similar picture, with stock markets ending Thursday in the deep red. In the other commodities markets, natural gas prices gained this week to touch $3.97 after the Energy Information Administration reported that operators injected 97 billion cubic feet into storage last week, close to expectations. Elsewhere, the grains continue to fall lower this week. Corn was last trading down at 1.06% at $3.26 a bushel, while wheat lost 1.3% to trade at $4.74 a bushel. So the very favourable weather outlook over the next 5 to 7 days is pushing the idea that we'll see some meaningful harvest progress between now and next week, which is viewed as bearish for prices in the near term. The above fundamentals presented commodity traders with a number of back-to-back profitable trading opportunities, which we'll go through in our top trades of the week. So before we start, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialise in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world: gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. Also responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kalsi, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks, and through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. He also regularly writes a number of global business and financial publications who've appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. Now, the gold price right now, we're currently trading at $1,222 an ounce. So we'll take a look at the technicals, some interesting setups actually this morning that we can take a look at. Before we do so, the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies are as follows. So first of all, this week we've had some great opportunities shorting the grains. So wheat just continued to sell off over the course of this week, hit our nice profit targets for a swing trade here. So the profit on the trade was 200 points, a risk of 75 points, so $750, risks for $2,000 profit for a 3-to-1 on wheat. We also had a lovely sell short opportunity on corn as well. The risk on the trade 60 points, so $600 risk for each lot, traded for a profit of 135 points, so $1,350 profit for each lot, traded for a 2-to-1. And of course we had a nice sell short opportunity for gold here this week. So the risk on the trade 75 points and the profit 150 points for a 2-to-1 and $1,500 profit. I'll go through some setups we've got actually lining up at the moment on the metals right now. Okay, so first of all, we'll move straight across actually to the gold market. So gold, you can see we're still very much we're still trading within a very tight trend channel at the moment. You can see the gold price is just tending to have a staircase stepping pattern at the moment. We're just continuing to sell off and break down lower. At the moment, we've retraced overnight and we've come back up to this sell zone around $1,220 an ounce. So very simply, we are looking to take advantage of another sell short opportunity here, just back down to the lower end of the trend channel. So you can see gold very much following a very clear trend here, downward trending channel, and we've also got a number of other correlating metals which have been selling off this week as well, including copper, platinum, palladium, silver, all the metals complex looking very weak at the moment. The US dollar index has broken out to 2-year highs this week, so we've had a lovely breakout to the upside. You can see we've continued here just to follow a very strong upward trend on the US dollar, so you can see very clearly the upward trend that the US dollar index is in right now, which we're seeing that just put a lot of pressure on the metals, and that is set to continue at the moment. So we could certainly, we're looking for further downside here for gold today, looking for a retracement, come back down to the 1200 zone. If we move over to other metals as well, which are looking very interesting, silver did break down this week to 4-year lows. We came all the way down to the low of 17. Let's have a look, 17 and 32, so $17 and $32 an ounce. And 32 cents an ounce. We haven't tested these levels for 4 years, so silver really breaking down quite significantly here. You can see a major support zone at 18.21 has been broken down. Actually broke down on Friday last week, and looking very bearish here on silver at the moment. I don't see any turning points right now. Just looking at a number of different time frames, it looks like we could get more downside at the moment for silver that you want to take advantage of. We're interested in any rotations back up to resistance to just get a better entry for a sell short. So any retracements back up to the 18.21 zone, and we can look for a sell short here on silver. That's what we'll be interested in doing. Other metals you want to keep an eye out for is palladium. Palladium actually got a nice bounce off a key zone here, the 800 US dollars an ounce. Palladium has had a 1,200 point pullback. You can see it finally did break through this trend channel on a lot of pressure from the US dollar index. Recently, we saw that momentum continue to the downside on the FOMC statement, and we can see just we're currently finding some support around the previous consolidation zone at $800 an ounce. So we'll be looking out for that to see if there's going to be an opportunity for a buy here towards the end of this week, well, towards the end of today and going into early next week, and we'll see if we get a rotation back up to the upper end of the trend channel. Palladium is one of the best performing commodities over the last 5 years. It's not, if you take it out, look at the historical chart, we're still very much in a strong upward trending channel here. It's just a pullback at the moment. So we'll be looking for potential for a good value buy here on the palladium market. Copper still following a very strong trend channel to the downside here. Looks like we may get a rotation back up to the upper trend channel. So you can see here copper just following a very clear trend channel here. We found support right at the lower end of the trend channel this week. We've got a consolidation which we're starting to break above at the moment. So what we'll be looking for is potentially a rotation back up to resistance, and then we'll be looking for signs of bearish weakness again and confirmation, and just to take the market back down again within the overall trend channel. So that's what we're looking at on copper. Also looking over to platinum as well. Platinum still remaining quite weak here. We've been breaking down over the last 4 weeks quite significantly. Very similar picture to what we've seen on gold and silver. So at the moment, the platinum market is still looking very weak. We've come all the way down at the moment to retest the daily lows here of 1297. So just finding a little bit of support around the 1300 level at the moment. Currently trading at $1,309 an ounce for platinum. You can see we're coming up to a major support zone from June 2013 here, but at the moment, if we can take out that level, we should get more downside here with platinum as well, especially if we get a strong dollar. Looking at the softs, so the softs have remained very lucrative over this week. We can see this very strong downward trend that we've got at the moment on corn as well. Corn, we're just looking for, again, a break of this consolidation zone. You've got a support at 324. We'll be looking just for a breakdown and a move to the lower end of the trend channel here down to 318. So you can see we're just tending to ricochet as well between support and resistance of this trend channel, and the trend is very much your friend at the moment on the grain. So you just want to wait for confirmation, wait for a break, and then take it down to the next major support zone. On wheat as well, wheat still very strong downward trending channel here on wheat as well. Wheat and corn both providing good opportunities both for day trades and swing trades right now as they continue to break down. We're looking for a break next of 461.97 will be the next key area of support to break here on week 2. Moving over to the energies, very similar situation actually on the energies as well. Very strong trend channels. Brent crude oil has been following a trend channel over the last 6 weeks here. Downward trending channel. You can see we came down earlier on this week. On Wednesday, we bounced off a major support zone, the trend channel. Looks like we may get a rotation back up to resistance here, so there may be a day trade opportunity for you just to take Brent back up to resistance up to 98.28. Then we'll look for further weakness again just to continue this staircase stepping down pattern which we're just getting on a lot of the commodities right now. Also, if you look at light sweet crude oil, it's making a bit of a break for it at the moment and needs to get above 94.17 and also clear 96 to build a base here at the moment. We're just continuing to consolidate between major support at 89.50 and resistance at 94. So I'd like to see a breakout of this zone for the next setup here. My preference is Brent at the moment, which is following a much clearer trend channel, but we will get involved in this for a breakout if we can break above either support or resistance. And finally, natural gas market also following a very clear trend channel here. You can see at the moment we've found support here again earlier on in the week on Monday and Tuesday, and we've again found support on yesterday's natural gas storage inventories were supported for the price. We had a nice hammer here which is formed on the daily, so we'll be looking towards the next resistance zone just above here, which meets the trend channel about 4.073 is the key level of resistance next for the natural gas market. So at the moment, I would say definitely key focus for this morning. Keep an eye on gold. We're looking for a retracement back down to the 1200 zone. That looks a very clear move that we could have this morning. And other markets that we're looking at is just for a continuation of a sell-off in the grains. Chris, right, okay, so Chris, good question from Chris. I'll come on to that actually shortly, Chris, just regarding our upcoming courses. No problem at all. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just move over. That is the technicals and what we're looking at right now. So again, gold is going to be a major focus for us this morning, and the grains here as well. We'll move over to the major news announcements which are coming up today too. So the week ahead, the key events looking forward that we need to pay attention to next week, which will influence our commodities trades. Monday the 29th of September at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US pending home sales. So the National Association of Realtors, NAR, pending home sale report measures the change in the number of home under contract to be sold but awaiting the closing transaction, excluding new construction. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. On Tuesday, the 30th of September at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US consumer confidence. So the consumer confidence measures the level of consumer confidence in economic activity. It is a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending, which plays a major role in overall economic activity. Higher readings point to higher consumer optimism. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Wednesday, the 1st of October at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. A very important announcement for you if you trade the energies and oil. Commercial firms report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then moving on to the latter part of next week, on Thursday, the 2nd of October at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US initial jobless claims. That data measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. This is the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Thursday, the 2nd of October at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US factory orders. Factory orders measure the change in the total value of new purchase orders placed with manufacturers. That report also includes a revision of the durable goods order data released about a week earlier, as well as new data on non-durable goods orders. So a higher than expected reading again should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And finally, on Thursday, the 2nd of October at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US natural gas storage report. So the Energy Information Administration, they provide the natural gas storage report every week, measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. A higher than expected reading, again, should be taken as bearish for natural gas prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Certainly an announcement you want to watch if you do trade the energies and natural gas. So those are the 6 major announcements we need to keep an eye on as we go into next week. And of course, if you would like to learn to trade commodities with the Gold and Silver Club, courses are available at our international training centres and online. So Chris, just coming back to your question there, to request information on the Gold and Silver Club coaching programs and live trading room, please just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, or if you are able to call us, you can call us at our London, New York, Johannesburg, our Budapest or Hong Kong office. So I'll leave the numbers on the screen there very shortly. Also, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. You'll receive free weekly reports on the precious metals, energies and agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. So do make sure you take advantage of that as well. Okay, superb. Right, so with that, that is the end of today's session. So plenty for us to look at today and lots of setups for the day ahead. So again, we wish you good trading. If you'd like to get in touch, I'll leave the details on the screen. Have a great weekend and we'll see you all on the next one. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.